Hello, everybody. It's John Johnson, Coronation. I have not much of a voice left because last night I was here in the heart of Texas screaming a volleyball match, which the Nebraska Cornhuskers won over the stinky-ass Texas Longhorns. Damn shame, that. Remember last year? Maybe I'll edit this. Maybe I'll actually edit this into the video. Remember last year when Texas Twitter posted the forecast, all sky, no sun, as a shot at Lexi Sun, then they took it down because, you know, they're a bunch of candy asses. I mean, if you're going to tweet that stuff, leave it up. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. It's a different day today. Nebraska moves on. Texas does not. And it was a great match. You know, it was good volleyball. Texas made enough errors throughout the entire match to keep Nebraska in it when it was pretty tight. And I'd have to say that's probably the difference in the match. But then I'd actually be giving credit to Texas for making errors. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, what won this match was a team effort. We're in the flight path for DFW right here. What won this match was a team effort by Nebraska. And it was, you know, they talked about the two freshmen from Nebraska hitting the ball well. Let's see, Allie Batenhorst finished with a .469 hitting percentage, and Lindsey Krause ended with 591. Both pretty incredible, especially against one of the best teams in the nation. And then you got Kayla Caffey in there with a .438, and Lauren Stiverns in there with a .500 hitting percentage, and and then we move on, and we get to play Pitt. And if we beat Pitt, then we get to play either Louisville or Wisconsin, and both of those are great stories for Nebraska. Here's something interesting. Yesterday, or the day before, I don't know, the days all run together, we went to Waco. My wife wanted to go to the Chip and Joanna Gaines place, Magnolia, and it was, you know, it was nice. You know, she wanted to go there, so we did. And I ran into a very tall guy, and his daughter played for Illinois, and he was at the match that Nebraska swept Illinois. And I asked him, you know, how was it and everything, and he said, you know, a coach sat behind him and said that Nebraska will beat Texas because Nebraska has much better defense. And we did. I think that Akana kind of had a difficult time sometimes, but then she came up huge when we needed her with the ace serves to that girl that just kept getting hit. And that was a key point in the match where Akana had two aces in a row against that girl, and you could tell that Texas was out of sorts. The other thing that really threw Texas into the shitter was, I think it was Eggleston, finally got called for throwing the ball. And she threw the ball the entire match. And they finally get called for it, and the announcer goes on and on and on about how inconsistent it was. And I think that this is a sign that John Cook probably complained about that long enough that he got a call. Either that or the officials looked at it and said, geez, this has been going on long enough. And maybe they had said something to her. Maybe they'd said something, and it continued. And then at one point they just said, you know what, we're not going to go through an entire match without calling this. So they called her for it. And she was throwing the ball. I don't think on that particular play she got called for it, that it was particularly egregious. But, I mean, it's kind of like the clapping and third down at Michigan, because everything we do about Nebraska has to have a football reference. Anyway, it's 3-1. Nebraska beats Texas, as life should be. And stinky-ass Texas has to go home and watch. And maybe not. Maybe they'll just cry. Sweet, salty tears of Texas. Isn't that a country song? If not, it should be. Maybe I'll make one up. I hope you're doing well. I hope our volleyball team wins a national title because this team looks wonderful. We have all those freshman girls, and then we had that Lexi Rodriguez girl that's a freshman and looks like unbelievable. So, I mean, we're just going to keep rolling. And hopefully we continue to roll right over Texas because I don't think there's anything. Well, beating Iowa is pretty good in sports. But beating Texas, yeah. This is John Johnson, Coronation, reporting to you. kind of live, from Texas, where the sun's out, and it's a different day this year. Go Big Red.